BeeCreative Crafts, and welcome to Let's Get Crafting. So how is everyone doing tonight? I am doing pretty well. I've been getting all my stuff together for tonight. Now, if you were here Thursday night for my my BeeCreative, my Off the Hook, I told y'all we were going to be working on a photo transfer project. However, even though I got all the stuff ready for that, there's a lot of drying time involved with that. So I'm not going to do the complete project, but I am going to touch on this and show y'all how to get started doing this. Hey, Kimberly, welcome in. So I'm going to touch on this, show you how to get started on it. But what we are going to be doing tonight is we're going to give this new felting product a whirl. This is by FolkArt. What does it say it's called? It's a two-step flocking product, and you're supposed to be able to get this really cool velvet effect. I haven't tried it out yet, so we're going to find out just how easy it is. Now, I do know that this is very fine, powdery like stuff. They do suggest that you wear a mask when you're doing this, like just a little paper mask, or if you have a cloth mask, just so you don't breathe it in, because it does kind of poof up a little bit. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So this is what we're going to be using tonight. Like I said, it is a two-step process. So it comes with the adhesive, which is tinted, so it has paint in it. And you're supposed to paint one coat of that and then let it dry for an hour. So I did go ahead and paint my little dude earlier so that we will be ready to jump in and start the second coat. But I also have one that's not painted, so we can paint him and show y'all how that works. Hey, Bridget, welcome in. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. While we wait on stuff to dry, I found my test tube, my wooden test tube holder thingy that I bought off of Amazon a while back that I was going to see if when I say a while back, I mean, I think it's probably like a year ago. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. I was thinking it was like a year ago, maybe longer. But I came across it. I was putting stuff in boxes and totes, trying to get stuff a little bit somewhat organized. Didn't happen, but I did find that. So I'm going to see if the furls hooks fit in it because they're fat. So I'm hoping that they will fit in there. So we're going to find that out together because it's still in the box. So like I said, we're going to do that while stuff is drying. Hey, Crystal, welcome in. And what do we need to do before I turn the camera? Oh, yeah, we have to pick our stitch. Okay, so let me share screen. We've only got 2 stitches left, y'all. So we need to pick our stitch for November. But can y'all believe we are, whoops, wrong button. We are already into October. It's crazy how quickly this year has flown by. So we're going to pick our stitch for November. And I didn't bring my blanket in here. It was in here from Thursday, but then I took it into the living room to work on it. Alrighty, so let's share screen, pick a stitch, and let's go see what stitch is going to be for November, which is also going to, by process of elimination, it's going to let us know what our stitch is going to be for December. So let's see, making sure everything is sharing, and it is. So let's go over here and spin the wheel and see what stitch we'll have for November. Ta-da! It is the star stitch. So the star stitch is going to be the stitch for November, which will leave double crochet for December. All right, so let's stop that screen share. And I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera around so we can get started. Like I said, I already painted this one. We're going to paint the other one, and then I'm going to switch back off to this one because we don't want to have to wait an hour for the other one to dry. And then we will, I'll show y'all the photo transfer. So let me flip my camera. Alrighty, so there we go. So this is what I did earlier. I went ahead and painted him. Now these are the little guys that I made last time. Hey, Trish. She said 4:40 a.m. in her area. Girl, I'd still be sleeping if I were you. So this is the little guy. Am I zoomed in or can I zoom out? Let me see. Wrong button. Nope, that's as zoomed out as we can get. Okay, so this is the ones we made last time. I went back and added some sparkle, added a little pom-pom on him. When I used the puff paint, I like the white. The gray turned okay, but I don't know. It's not my favorite. It's kind of it's not really tacky feeling, but it has a little bit of grip. Somebody was saying that's why this puffy paint makes really good to put on the bottom of slippers because it keeps you from slipping on the ground. But anyway, so these are the ones we made last time. But I did go ahead and get this one painted. So let's get started. I'll show y'all how to get these going. Pull my little fancy paint tray out here. Srish said she didn't sleep the whole night. I thought I did. Oh my goodness. Well, you are young. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like. So you get the flocking powder and the tinted adhesive. Comes in this nice little plastic container. Now, I did look. You can buy this at Michael's. You can also get it at Plaid Online. And I realized I put the link in the description box for the amigurumi kits, which is not what I needed to put in the description of this live. I needed to put this in there. And I'm pretty sure I put the amigurumi kit link because I was working on that earlier. So I will fix that. Okay, after the live ends, I will go back and put this in the link for this in the description box. It just dawned on me that's not what I did. Okay, so I've already got these two open and ready to go. So first you're going to take your adhesive, your tinted adhesive, which looks a whole lot like paint. You're just going to squirt a little bit out onto your plate or wherever you're putting your paint, your paint palette. And then you just paint this on. Then you sit it aside and let it dry for an hour. Hey, Karen, welcome in. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. I'm just going to make sure this has a good coat on it. And I think the reason it is tinted is so that it, when you put the powder on it, you get a really good coverage. Versus why they wouldn't just give you a clear adhesive. Now this flocking stuff comes in, I believe, 10 colors. I've got blue, green, and red. And from some of the other plaid ambassadors, I have heard that this has a bit of a learning curve to it. So I didn't want to jump in and do it on a large project until I knew how it was going to turn out. Because I have a little wooden box that I want to try it on. And you can use it in a jewelry box for like a velvet coating. You can also do it on the outside of bottles. Have you seen the flocked, what are they called? Oh, well, the flocked pumpkins, that's not what I was thinking of though. Oh, the flocked nutcrackers. You can buy a nutcracker just at Dollar Tree, and then you can flock your own. Okay, so there's a nice coating on there. Put that over there. So now we're just going to set him aside and let him dry. Hey, Samantha, welcome in. How have you been? Okay, so I'm going to set him over there. Oh, I know I had some paper towels. What did I do with them? Paper towels. There they are. Oh. Miss Samantha, I forgot the blanket in the living room. I took it in there earlier because I was going to work on it, and so I forgot it. But I did show it on Thursday night a couple of times, last Thursday night, and I have not worked on it since then. I took it in there to work on it, and then I ended up working on something different. So, okay, I'm just going to dry off my little brush here. Now, they suggest in the tutorials I watched to put down a piece of paper before you start the flocking powder process. And if you're working on a flat surface, you can go ahead and just do the flocking all at once. If you're working on, I'll say like a flat surface, or because this is a little thing I was going to do. I was going to put the blue felting down in here because I thought that would look really pretty. But I want to first make sure I know how to do it. So when I get ready to do this, I'm going to pop the hinges off of here. Well, focus in. There we go. I'm going to unscrew this and do the hinges off first before I flock it. But you would just do the same thing. You paint a layer, let it dry completely, and then do it again. And then the easiest way I know to describe how to do this is if you are baking and you need to grease your pan and then also put flour in it. So you grease it, put your flour in it, and then tap it all the way around. So that's the best way I can think of it. So it says the easiest way to do it if you're doing a flat surface or inside of anything is to go ahead and coat it completely and then put the powder on it. But say you wanted to flock the outside, it says to go ahead and do one full layer, and then when you do the second part, you paint the adhesive back on again and do it in smaller sections because you're going to have to start tapping it and turning it, and you want it to fill in all the crevices and stuff. So it's saying if you're doing it on the outside or an up or down surface or on anything that has texture on it, to do it in smaller sections. So Kimberly says, oh, that will be beautiful. That's what I was thinking. So that's what I was going to go with at first. But then I was like, I better wait. And y'all, look, I got this little dude on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $2.24. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, since this is a flat surface, even though it does have these little ridges in here or these little indentions, I'm going to go ahead and treat this. You know what? No, I'm not. I think I'm going to paint the ghosty section first, flock it, and then do the hat. Even though it's a solid surface or a flat surface, I don't know. One of the other creators had a real problem with this, with it clumping up on her, and I don't want that to happen. So we're going to try it. Okay, so all I'm doing is putting more of the adhesive paint stuff over here. So that I can paint Mr. Ghosty here. I'm going to go ahead and paint him again. Get down in his little eyeballs here, because I want it to be flocked all over. Go ahead and do them first. And then give him a nice little coating of the adhesive. This is what the flocking powder is going to adhere to. Okay, so why am I working on paper? Because this stuff is a lot like glitter and it's going to make a big giant mess. It is a powder. So they suggest you work on a piece of paper so that when you are done, you can contain it and put what falls off back into your jar or your little container here to use, so you can use it again, so you don't waste it. Alrighty. I think that is pretty well coated on old Mr. Ghosty here, so we're going to give it a whirl. Put that over here so it can be clearing off. Let's see. Samantha says, I couldn't. Will you show the blanket on Thursday? I will have to look to see. I showed it fairly close towards the beginning. I think I showed it about midway through. But all right. So now we're going to take step 2, which is we're going to take the flocking powder. I went ahead and opened it up before the live. And by open, I mean I took the little thing that was the little plastic piece off of it. Yeah. Well, I said I did. There we go. All right. And then you just tap it on there. Supposedly. Well, it doesn't want to shake out very well. Okay. How are we going to get this little stuff to come out of here? Maybe I ought to just take the lid off. Oh, there it goes. And they suggest that once you get it on here, that you'll leave it and let it dry for an hour. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of stand them up, tap them off. Okay. So, let me see if y'all can see that. Right here, apparently that had already dried quickly before I could get the flocking powder on there. So, I'm going to say probably be a better idea to do it in really small sections, because that is already dried. Either that or I just didn't put the the adhesive on there thick enough. So that's not good. Okay. And as with any crafting product, there's a learning curve as to how to do it. Which is, again, why I did not want to start this project with that jewelry box. Because I didn't want to screw it up. I want to know how to use the product well before I start, before I jump into a big project. Let that sit for a little bit. Turn him around. How's the best way to hold you, little dude? There we go. Whoa. Getting red flocking on Santa's beard over there. Red adhesive. Okay. We're going to paint this part right here. Now this time I'm leaving it pretty thick on there because maybe that was part of the problem. I don't know. Trying to stay in screen. If I ever get off screen, y'all just yell at me in the chat. Be like, hey, we can't see what you're doing. I will come back in after and add that. Fix that. Okay. And I'm going to need some more of the adhesive up here, or on my tray rather, because I'm already out. That looks like a good little spot to stop right there. And maybe I shouldn't tap it off. Maybe I should wait until after I get the whole thing done and then tap it off. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'll get this guy going and then we'll slide him out of the way. Let him dry while I show y'all the other stuff, the photo transfer stuff. Trying to go right up here where I didn't brush off some of that flocking. I know. Now I know that I'm probably going to have a couple of little bobbles where I shouldn't because I got some of the powder over here where I didn't have adhesive before. Okay. I put way too much adhesive down on my little tray. It's okay. I can use it for the bottom. Samantha still can't find it. Samantha, I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look. And let you know. Because I don't really remember. I know that I showed it before I flipped my camera to get to working on stuff. I want to say it was really, really close to the beginning of the video. Okay. Now, I'm not too worried about him getting the powder on his little ball there. I think I'll be able to just dust him off. Okay. So I'm going to go back over here. This is not suggested to do it this way. It suggests that you leave it completely dry and then not go back over it, but to let it completely dry. But since I didn't get enough on there, I'm going to do it this way. Because I know I have left out some spots here. Okay. So I think maybe that is the trick, is to leave the flocking powder on it and don't dust it off until after it has dried. Okay. We're going to try that. We're going to see how that does. So he's pretty well coated. Thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. To Miss Samantha, she said she is going to go look and see if she can find the timestamp to let you know when I was showing it. All right, so let me scoot Mr. Flocking Project aside here for just a moment. And let me show y'all this, the photo transfer. And again, I did find this, the flocking stuff. You can get it at Plaid Online, which I thought I had it linked in the description box, but then, you know, it just dawned on me that that's not what I showed y'all when I was telling you, or what I put in there. What I put in there was the crochet kit, which is not what I meant to do. That was something else I was working on. So we're going to slide him over. Move this water over here. We'll slide him back there. Okay, is he out of the way? Kind of, sort of. Okay, so this is what we were going to work on tonight, and I just didn't time it properly. Okay, so the photo transfer. It is opaque white. So this is going to go, so if you have, once you do your picture, wherever this touches on your photo, on your printout, wherever this touches is going to show up white on your fabric. So if you're putting this on like a black fabric and you have white showing through on your image, it's not going to have the open space showing. Is wherever this goes, that's what's going to show. I'll show you what I'm talking about. For example, the little openings in the B, the two little openings here in this backwards B, those are going to be white. Unless you have a Cricut or some sort of machine where you can cut all the little, or you can take scissors and cut all the little open spaces out. Then, yeah. So this it is white. It does have a white halo to it. So if they do have a clear product, but the one that I have here is the opaque white. Now, one thing to be conscious of, this does not work with inkjet. You cannot use inkjet. It has to be a laser or a dry toner. So if you have a laser printer, it will work with that, but it will not work with inkjet. So if you have one that says laser jet, it will not work with that because that is still the liquid little ink cartridges. It has to be used with a dry toner. So if you don't have a laser printer, you can take it to any of the office supply stores and they can print it out for you. So just keep that in mind. It will not work with inkjet. And Kimberly has found that timestamp and put it in the description box or in the chat. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. What else to note? You need to mirror image your photo because if you have words. Now, if you don't have any words on there, then it's really not, that's just going to be up to you as whether or not you want to mirror image it. Because you're going to be painting, or you're going to be putting the Mod Podge photo transfer on this side. And then when you put it onto your project, you're going to lay it like this. So then you'll be able to see the wording in the correct way. So let's see here. I think I'm going to use this bigger one here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now they also suggest that you iron your canvas or not your canvas, but iron whatever you're going to put it on. So if you're going to put it on a shirt, they suggest, ironing it, but I did not do that. I'm going to cut this little guy out because I don't want it all on there. So I'm going to cut it as close as I can to the image. Just cutting out a little bit first. I'm going to put this guy over here because I think I'm probably going to put him on a little, like a little notions pouch. Okay. So I'm going to cut some of this out because I don't want that much white showing. Since it is going on to a natural fiber or natural color, it's not going to show too much, but it will show a little bit. Sorry, y'all can't see what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just cutting around my image here. So what has everybody got planned for the rest of your weekend? I know Miss Kimberly will be going live tomorrow. If y'all haven't had a chance to check out Miss Kimberly's channel, please do. The Pajama Quilter. For anybody that would like to drop your link tonight, please only do it once during the live. But the word is still Be Happy, BeeHappy, all one word. Feel free to type it in the chat. Mr. Nightbot should drop your link for you. And there's Mr. Nightbot dropping Miss Samantha's. Probably could have had one of these cut out before the live started, but I didn't. And Kimberly is answering Miss Karen. Yes, she did. And her angel went out in the mail. Awesome sauce. I hope everyone that is listening, catching the replay, watching live, I hope everybody was safe throughout the 2 hurricanes that recently went through. Some of my friends did have, oh, I cut off my eye. Oh no. Did I? Or did I just bend it? No, I didn't. I just bent it. Okay. My little dot. I didn't. I just bent it. And there's Miss Kimberly's link for her channel. But yeah, a couple of my friends from high school live in the Carolinas. They did have a little bit of damage, several of them. Some had a little, some had quite a bit as far as trees falling on their homes. Luckily, none of them were injured. They were all safe and just have damages that can be cleaned up with time. Most of them were without power for several days. My brother lives in that area. He was without power for, I believe, 5 days. Sorry, y'all, I'm back off. Y'all should tell me and be like, girl, you off camera? He was without power for a few days. I believe 5 days. Maybe 6. But he was without power, but he is good. He is back at work. Just a lot of cleanup in those areas. I have friends and family down in Florida. They are all okay. Again, same thing. A couple of them have some wind damage. It's just going to take time to get it cleaned up. But for the most part, they are all good. Okay, now I'm going to grab this paper here and then we're going to paint it. We're going to put a coat of the photo transfer right on here. Let me grab another paintbrush. Oy, knocking ink pens over. And Kimberly said she finished her candle mat yesterday, working on the Good News quilt and David's postage stamp quilt today, and we'll be working on her Ostrich Challenge quilt tomorrow. Busy, busy, busy. Yes, you are very busy. Samantha said she saw the blanket. Awesome. I hope you are enjoying it. Karen said she was going to gift that to her niece. She has breast cancer and thought she would love it. Oh, that's awesome. That's sweet of you to think of her. Not awesome that she has cancer, but sweet that you were thinking of her and gifting something to her. Okay, let's move the water back over here again. Okay, let's find a little section on this tray here that doesn't have something. And then, y'all can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going to, nope, can't see it. There we go. I'm just going to dump this right out on your tray too. It is quite thick, as y'all can see there. That is how it is supposed to be. I may need some more. I'm not sure. And then you just, yes, it is quite thick. Very, very thick. They did say that, and it is supposed to be thick. And then you just generously paint it on. Because you want to make sure that your entire image is covered. You want to make sure everywhere that there's ink has the photo transfer on it. Because this is what's going to get the image. This is what's going to help remove the image from the paper and put it onto your canvas or your project or whatever you're putting it on. You can put this on a photo canvas. You can put this on clothing. I'm going to be putting it on a little sack, like a jute sack. It's not burlap, just a little drawstring pouch. I didn't get enough on my little tray. Samantha said, what time is my live stream on Thursdays? My live stream on Thursdays are at 8 Central Standard. I'm just going to put that right on there, y'all. And then after, this will have to sit for 24 hours before you start removing the paper. Or overnight. But they do suggest allowing it to sit for 24 hours. I'm going to put a little bit more right there because I can still see that bee coming through there. I may be using way too much. Again, this is the first time using this. I just watched a bunch of tutorials on how to do it. Okay, so that is fairly well coated. I can't see any of the imaging coming across. Okay, so we're going to scoot you over here. And then I'm going to grab my little drawstring canvas. That's the word. It is a canvas tote or a canvas bag. So not like a photo canvas, but a canvas. This is why they suggest that you iron it, because mine is wrinkly. So it's going to, you want it to be as smooth as possible. Okay, then you just take your image and you're going to peel it off of the paper. And then you're going to put it down onto your canvas. Kind of center it up best you can. We're just going to put him right there. And then you're just going to tap him down with your hands. You want to make sure you have no air bubbles at all. Okay, let me set this over here out of the way because I will surely touch that. Okay. Hey, Jen, welcome in. Let's see, Karen said she made 4 towel toppers and a hoodie for her car gear shift today. Now she's making towel holders with wood rings as gifts for family. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little buddy right here and I'm going to roll it out. Kimberly says, now you don't have to use this little rolling pin thingy. I'm doing it just because I want to make sure that I don't have any little air bubbles, but you can use your fingers and just tap it down. Kimberly says, where is my iron? It's right here on the floor somewhere beside me. But I didn't grab my ironing board and I got all this other stuff, so we just doing it like this. I do have a little bitty iron that I could have used. Okay, so that is down there. I feel like it's all touching canvas, because if it's not adhered, if it's not touching, or if you have any kind of little air bubble, then that's where the paper is not going to be touching your fabric. And so obviously if it's not touching the fabric, then the ink can't adhere to the fabric. So then I'm going to set this little guy aside for 24 hours. Now what you'll do after that time frame has come and gone, you will spray it with water, or you can take a sponge and dip water all over it. Let the paper get good and wet, and then you just take your finger and you start rolling the paper off. This is where I messed up, because I had this all set to get going last night, and I was watching one of the videos this morning. Was that this morning? No, it was last night. And I would have had to after you take off the layer of paper, you let it completely dry again, and then you start the whole wet process again by getting the paper wet again, because you have to take this paper off in layers. So, yeah. Okay, so let me move this little guy out of the way, and I was trying to keep track of my time, and I did not, so I don't know what time we started him. So I don't know how long this other stuff has been drying. I'm sure it has not been an hour, because it's only 6:40 and we've only been going live for 40 minutes. So it's definitely not. Okay, so let me flip my camera back around and we're going to check this thing out. Hi again. Me again. Okay, so this is a test tube holder that I got off of Amazon. And we are going to see if it will in fact hold my furl hooks. So let's just go ahead and depackage it here. Let's unbox it. I got it from Lily's Home is the store that it came from, but I did buy it. That is not focusing in. I did buy it off of Amazon. Packed like this. It's packaged in there really well. Alrighty. I'm going to pop out all this little styrofoam here. Now, the one I got holds a dozen or 10. Let's see. Yeah, it holds a dozen. Dozen test tubes. Just a little wooden bamboo. Yeah, bamboo test tube holder. Ta-da! That's what it looks like. See, it's got these little holes right here. Or little divots. Okay. Moment of truth, y'all. Let's see here. I got 2 of them. Got 2 different sizes. Let's see. Ha-ha! They fit, y'all. Check it out. Because they have a fat body. Me too, furls. Me too. Check it out. They fit in there great. And then the little bottoms of them fit in the little, can you see, fit them in the little grooves down there. Oh, that's awesome. So that will work great because right now I have these little guys. They're all in a, ooh, did I bring it back in here? Hold up. I did. I thought it was still in the living room. It is not. They're in my sloth bag. Okay. So let me turn y'all back around. Let's see if it may be too close. I may have to like flip it back around, but let's see. That way y'all can see what I see. Do you see what I see? Dun, 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 dun. Boop. It is a little high. I mean, it is a little close. I can't zoom you out. Okay, so let's see if it holds. Okay, let's see if it'll hold one of these big fat, this is a P, one of these big fat streamlines. Yes, it will. So it will hold the Odysseys and streamlines. Let's see what else we got in here. What other sizes we got? We got an H. I know I had another big one in here. One of the bigger size. Yeah, there we go. One of the bigger Odyssey sizes. Yep, they all fit, y'all. From the little skinnies, or the smaller size. This is an F. So they all fit in there. Perfect, y'all. I'm excited. Yay. All right, so anybody that's been wanting to look for a holder for your, see, there's an N, L-M-N-O-P, put you right there beside you. So if y'all have been looking for something to hold all of your furls, if you need a crochet or a hook stand, bamboo test tube holder will hold all your little hooks for you. Do, do, do. Some of these were gifted to me by the fabulous Miss Sanita. She had got several of these sienna color ones. Move my hand out of the way. Look at that. Perfection. Okay, let me flip my camera back around. And I'll show y'all what it's looking like. So you can like put it however you want to. Ta-da, look at that. Woohoo! So yeah, I'm excited. That works. That's awesome. I should have done this a long time ago. But I didn't. I bought this probably a year ago, to be honest. But it works perfectly. It holds them all. Sweet. All right, now where am I going to stick you at? Let's put you right here. We'll put you right here for now. Don't mind my hair, y'all. Scooch back. There we go. There he is. Check him out. Samantha says, where can I get that at? It is a test tube holder, and I bought it from Amazon. It does not come with the little glass test tubes. It's just a test tube holder. I didn't need all the little glass test tubes. You can get it from, well, I just typed it in. I mean, some of it is in like scientific stuff, but some of it's also in with all the floral stuff, because you can do like the test tube, the flowers that you can do in the test tubes. What is that called? With the aqua something, where you put the roots stay down in the water. Hey Bonnie, welcome in. She says, I haven't seen you in 100 years. I know, right? It has been a minute. Samantha says, how much? I do not remember, but you know what? We can share screen and go do a quick little search, because we're still waiting on stuff to dry. So let me do that right quick. Type in Amazon and back it out there. Let me go over here and share screen. Amazon, share. Okay, make sure y'all are sharing. Yes. Okay, so right here, type in test. See, it says test tube for whatever. Test tube holder. Let's see what we get here. Nope, that's not what I want. Let me type in. See, there's some here. That one was 17. Lyles is the company I did, but mine holds more than that. So let's go. Why are you not scrolling? That is not bamboo, Amazon. There we go. Okay, so this is the brand, Lily's Home Bamboo. See, it says I purchased it more. March of 23, y'all. Okay, so it was a little over a year ago. But that's the one I got. The test tubes do not come with it. It is just for the holder. But right now it's listed for $21.99. That is the one that I purchased, the exact one. You can search around. You might find it cheaper. You can get a smaller one, a larger one. Where is the share button? Right here. Copy. Go to here. Bamboo test tube holder. Well, paste and send. And there is the link for one that I purchased right there. Gee, that stuff stinks. Got it on my hand. I'm guessing that's the chemically stuff. Yes, Samantha, I did. I got the 12. The one that holds 12 is the one that I got. It holds a dozen. And we'll move it back around here. Y'all are right here with me. They all fit in there great. It has a little divot right here, so the little ends of them can fit in there. And they have plenty of room up top. Let me put my hand here so y'all can see again. So they all fit in there well. They're not snug. So yeah, I'm impressed with that little purchase. So I probably should have, tried it out last March. Okay, at the time, I don't think I had that many. When did they stop making the Odysseys? Because when they started going when they said they weren't making them anymore, I tried to make sure that I was able to get one of all the colors. Samantha says, can it hold any of the crochet hooks? It can, I would imagine, because the furls are the fattest of any of the crochet hooks that I have, and it's holding them easy. So I would say yes. I would say yes that it would hold them. And since the slots are wider, if you have like just do I have a metal hook laying here? No. If you have one of the metal hooks, you could probably put 2 or 3 of them in there. Hey, Tammy, welcome in. You could probably put 2 or 3 in one slot. Maybe even 4, depending on how wide they are. You try something. Where'd you go? Right here. This is Hobby Lobby. This is a boy. Let me try something. You can fit a Hobby Lobby and a boy in there together. However, they will not fit in the little groove together, because only one Only one can fit in the groove down below because it is very small. But you can put two. You can put a small boy. Now, the larger the boy ergonomic hook, the larger the grip. So you wouldn't be able to, the larger sizes, you wouldn't be able to fit two in there. But this is a little tiny one. This is probably an F or even maybe an E. So yeah. But for sure, you could put other hooks in it. And all right. Bonnie says she has a brush tool holder, works great, and you can get them for $8.99. So that's also an option. Yes. And right now, let me show y'all what I have some of them in. I'll show you. Okay, so when I keep reaching up here, let me show you what. Samantha said, put your furls back. Put them back to where you can see them. Or put them back in the case. That's right now where they're at. I'll put them behind me. Oh, you know what? Hold up. Do I have them? No, those are ink pens. Those were all furls in that case. Okay, so this is what I got my stuff in. This came from Dollar Tree. It's just a little metal container. I've got crochet hooks. I've got paintbrushes. I've got a diamond painting set. Ooh, this would also fit in there because, let me turn this way. So y'all don't keep seeing the back of my head. It will also hold your diamond painting tools. Samantha said, what was for dinner tonight, Miss Samantha? I had chili. I had leftover chili that my mom made the other night. So that's what's in here. Paintbrush. I have an ink pen. I have another diamond painting thing. More crochet hooks. So that's what's in this. And then I have, come here you. Let me try not to dump you. Then I have this tray, which also came from Dollar Tree. I actually have a couple of these. Nancy sent me one, and I also bought one. You can't see it, but it's a truck. It's a red truck. But what do I have in here? I have Sharpie, crochet hook, tape measure, tape, some projects, a pumpkin, a little pea. Da, da, da. So yeah. So you don't have to have fancy, expensive stuff, y'all, to hold all your goodies. You can find a deal, and I don't know if I paid $21 or $22 for this guy. I may have found it. It may have been on sale when I bought it. So for sure, check around. Get the lowest price that you can find. My live stream on Thursdays is at 8 Central Standard Time, Miss Samantha. Bonnie said she had a nice chuck roast for dinner, or bought a nice chuck roast, and she's putting it in the slow cooker for tomorrow. Ooh, yummy. She wants it now, but it takes 8 hours. Oh, and that's going to smell so good in the morning or all day cooking. Angel said, that's nice of her. Yes, we have family dinner at my parents' house every week on Tuesdays. This past week, we did it on Wednesday because I had a medical procedure on Tuesday, so we did it on Wednesday. Yeah, that sounds good. Bonnie, that sounds really good. Yes, starve all day. Exactly. That's why, I used to cook in my crock pot quite a bit, especially when my kids were still living at home, and I'd put it in, and the middle of the night, you can just smell it cooking. Like if you're, depending on when you put it on, oh my goodness. It smells so good. There was a breakfast casserole that I used to make, and you could do it either in the crock pot or you could bake it in the oven. But if you put it in the crock pot, when you got up first thing in the morning, And you could smell the sausage and oh, so good. I haven't made that in a really long time. I think I need to make that. But you use shredded hash browns and eggs and sausage and cheese and oh, so good. Kimberly says Gentry is going to make French bread pizza in the air fryer later. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, I've got a French bread pizza. Which I had that chili around probably 4 o'clock, 3:30, 3, somewhere around in there. So I'll probably get a little snack after the live ends. Samantha says, what are you working on after the live stream? I am working on an amigurumi bacilla, which is also made by Plaid. Makes amigurumi kits now, or crochet kits. That is actually linked in the description box of this video because that's where my mind was at because I was also working on a video for that. So I did put that in the description box. So if y'all want to go check out all of the really cool kits, crochet kits that Plaid has to offer right now, you can click that link. It'll take you over there. I will go back after the live though and put the link for the flocking. But yeah. But let me show you. So this is what his little head looks like. I finished it. He's a little dinosaur. So that's what his little head looks like. Kind of looks like he's got a tongue sticking out right here, but that's just yarn. So, anyway. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. Tammy says, recipe, please. Let's see, Bonnie said 8 years ago she gave her crock pot away, and she sees all the soups and like this beef and noodle, so she had to pick up one of those too. Tammy, recipe for what? For the breakfast casserole? If so, I will, after the live, I'll go back and find it. Oh, it's one that I kind of, it started out with something we found online, and then we've adapted it. So I will find it and put it in the community tab if that's what you're wanting. Kimberly says, I wouldn't have guessed that you would be doing an Ami. I know, right? Well, okay, so as a Plaid ambassador, they reached out to everybody that we had a survey, and the ones that filled it out that do crochet, they reached out and they said, hey, we're coming out with these crochet kits. We would like y'all to test them. So reluctantly, I did reluctantly get it because I want them to continue to make crochet products. And so far, I have been really pleased with it. It has been, the pattern is well written. So far, I've had no problem reading it. It comes with everything you need. It comes with the crochet hook, the yarn, comes with a needle to sew it all together, stitch marker, stuffing. So yeah. Kimberly says, I want that recipe too. Okay, y'all. I will. After the live ends, I will go look for it. Kimberly, I'm holding you accountable. Message me and say, hey, girl, don't forget about the breakfast casserole. Because I will forget. It's like when this ends, it's like... So, yeah, text me, remind me. But, yeah, I will put it in... I will do a community post with it. Like I said, I normally do mine in the oven just because... It does take a long time in the crock pot. And the oven is quicker. And sometimes I would fix it for supper. Because it's really good. It's really, really good. Samantha's having spaghetti. Yummy. All right, y'all. It's been close enough to an hour, I think, since we put all the flocking powder on that. Probably really hasn't. I think it's probably only been like 30, 40 minutes. But we're going to turn the camera and we're going to tap it off. And we're going to see how it's looking. Just sitting here looking at it, it looks pretty good. So, hey, Lisa Knits, how are you? So I'm going to turn it back around. We're going to tap off all the flocking powder. We're going to see how much of it's stuck, how much of it falls off. And, yeah. So let me flip my camera back around. And we'll head back over there. And I know that it makes weird faces when I'm turning it. So I try to like not have a goofy look on my face when I hit the switchy. But anyway, hey Darcia, welcome in. Let me scroll back up and see if I missed anything. Scrolling back. Okay, there we go. Bonnie says for the beef and noodles, it's a website, and Fork's Tail Beef and Noodles, they have a website. You should see. The stuff looks good. Oh, yum. Okay. And Miss Samantha is working on granny squares for Boggy Creek. And there come the ads. They should be over. Well, maybe not, because it says I've been live for an hour. So we'll wait just a couple of seconds here. Hey, Renee, welcome in. Miss Natural Nay Nay. Alrighty. Let me know if somebody will give me a thumbs up or ads are done, or let me know before we start tapping this off. I don't want y'all to miss it. Samantha hasn't got any ads. Well, that's good. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. Like I was watching, whose was I watching? Somebody earlier or last night, both. Like on Granny D's today. I didn't get an ad at all for hers, but I was watching it on my TV and then I was chatting. Like I was working on that amigurumi. I was crocheting and then had my phone sitting there. So I was, every now and again, I would type using my phone. And I didn't get any ads on the TV. So I don't know if that has a difference, if because I had it open on my phone, I didn't get one on the TV. But okay, so for those that are just coming in, this is what we've been working on. We worked on this Velvet Crush two-step flocking by FolkArt. This is a plaid product. You can buy this at Michael's. You can also find it on plaidonline.com. After the live ends, I will go back and add it because totally forgot, put the wrong link in there, but it comes with 2 bottles. So you get the flocking powder and you get a tinted adhesive. This one here is in green. I've also got it in blue here, which is a gorgeous shade of blue. Look how pretty that is. It's going to be like a really pretty bright blue. My plans with this blue, once I figure out the process and get it, make sure that I can do it without screwing up my project, I'm going to put this velvet flocking inside of here and make it blue. Do the blue flocking inside of here because I think that would look really pretty. Now, if you have a container that you're wanting to flock the inside of, I would suggest taping off with painter's tape around the edges so that you don't get the flocking stuff up here on the top, unless that's the look you're going for and you want it up there. But I'm going to go ahead. I will tape this off because I only want to flock it on the inside. And I don't want to flock up here. So I'm going to take these bottom hinges. I'm going to take them off, or take these little screws out so that it's just this bottom section. And we were discussing earlier, I'm going to coat this really well with the adhesive, and then I'm going to dump a bunch of the powder in here, and then I'm going to tap it around as if I were flouring a pan. So like, you grease it and then you put flour in it too. That's the idea that I'm thinking of anyway. And that may change the more I get to know about this stuff, but I'm just going to dump it in there really well and then tap it to make sure it gets in all of the corners and stuff. And then I'll probably go back over it again like we did with this and make sure it's got a really thick coverage. And I'm not worried about wasting it because you're going to do this on a sheet of paper so that you can capture all of the excess powder. Okay, so we're going to take little ghosty Nomi here. I'm going to lift him up, and then I'm just going to tap it a little bit. To get the excess off. And that's what he looks like. You can see right here where I didn't get the adhesive back on there. Remember how I had put it over here and then that's where I had stopped. So, I mean, it's a learning process. I'll figure it out. And then I'll have to get all the powder off of this little ball. Which, look at that. It flops off. It comes off. So that's not a problem. Or I may just yank it off and then re-glue it back on. But yeah, so, and then once it's completely dry, you'll have this nice, soft, velvety, it's not really, I'm trying to get it to focus in. But you get a nice little velvet coating on your project. So it will take me some time to figure out how to do it and get a good coverage. But that is the gist of it. Hey, Miguel. Angel said, matching your nails. Uh-oh. Miguel's in bed with a migraine. Oh, no. That's Mr. Nomi. This is a little dude we made last month. One of them. So, why do you put it on paper? So that you can go like this. You can corral it all back together. And then you just dump it back into, where's the container? Here it is. Then you just take the little top off, and then you can dump it back in the container. And we also worked with this stuff today, Mod Podge Photo Transfer. This is the opaque white version. So whatever you put this on, this is going to have a white backing. Really makes the colors pop out of your picture. But I know I shouldn't be handling this because it's drying. But once this gets good and dry, I'm going to, tomorrow after it's had time to sit, so you put this on, then you let it sit for an hour. You let it sit for 24 hours so that the image adheres to your material, whether it be a canvas tote, burlap, a t-shirt, whatever. You let this sit, has to fully cure for 24 hours. Then you go back over the paper, get the paper saturated. You can use a sponge, and then you just rub the paper off one layer at a time. Once you get all of the paper off, once you get one layer of paper off, let it dry completely. Then go back over it, get it wet again. It is a slow process, so I didn't realize that it was going to be that long of a process. So I didn't think y'all would want to sit here for hours and hours. And everybody's saying feel better to Miguel. Yes, Miguel, I hope your headache gets to feeling better. Miss Samantha says, did I crochet today? Yes, I did, Miss Samantha. I started working on amigurumi, a dinosaur amigurumi. I was crocheting on that earlier. I took my blanket into the living room to work on it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I really need to get started on that Ami. So let me flip my camera back around because I hate talking to y'all when I'm not actually doing anything. So y'all don't want to look at that. Go back over here. That way I can talk to y'all. Anybody coming in is not just looking at a pile of velvet crush powder. So that's this. That was the Mod Podge Photo Transfer and the velvet flocky stuff. You can buy the little nutcrackers. We were talking about that. Once you get the technique down and figure out all how it works best for you, then you can put it on. So if you like the flocked nutcrackers that you can buy at Walmart, I've seen them, the big giant ones. You can buy a little one, just a little regular old nutcracker that you can find at Dollar Tree or Dollar General or any of the discount stores. You can paint it with this flocking stuff and make your own a little miniature flocked one. That would be cute. Kimberly said, I guess we could sit for hours working, crafting, sleeping. Yes. Samantha said, did you take a crochet break? I did take a break doing crochet today because I didn't really crochet very long. So I guess technically I took a break from cleaning to crochet. I was going through boxes and stuff. Well, partly because I was trying to figure out what I was going to flock tonight because I was thinking about doing a tray. Well, it's back there. It's hiding. One of those trays that you can get at Dollar Tree. They're yay long. In my mind, it was a lot smaller. And I didn't want to do anything quite that big until I tested it out. Hey, Trish, welcome in. So I wanted to make sure that I could get the concept and figure out how to do it before jumping in on a larger project. So yeah. And it also says to let this dry for a full hour. I did not. So when I do this guy, the guy we painted at the beginning, when I go back over and do him, I will probably put a nice thick layer of the adhesive on here, the tinted adhesive. I'll probably just go ahead and cover it fully with a nice thick coat so that it doesn't dry as quick, and then just completely cover it with the powder, and let it sit for the full hour to cure before I tap it off. I think that would probably cover better. But the section I did, see if you can see it better on this other camera. The section I did up here, like this part that I did all at one time, cover my face, has really good coverage. I mean, like right here is where I stopped, and I obviously did not get enough adhesive there. And then I did the hat section separate, so I didn't get enough there. So I think if I put a nice thick coat on it, it would do better. Here's what he looks like from that side. This is the little gnomes we made last month. Here's another one. This one, I went back over the puff paint with yarn, and I gave him little rosy cheeks and a little nose. Here are some of the other ones. I think I put up a little short with them so you can see them all. This is the one we did with the silver puff paint. This one I also did silver puff paint on the backside, but I mean, you could still use the puff paint if that's what you got, but I like the way the yarn ended up looking better. There's that guy. And this was just some cotton yarn I had in my stash. And then this guy, I had a bunch of little mini pom-poms. So instead of giving him a yarn beard, I gave him the mini pom-poms on his hat and left the white. Probably we'll go back over this one with yarn. And then on the backs, I just painted them for now. Then I thought maybe flocking them, but my plan is to go over the back of these with a strip of burlap. But I wanted to see, because if this flocking works, then I could just flock the back of some of them. And where's my other little guys? Here, no. Maybe I didn't bring them in here. I thought I grabbed them all. The ones that I did with the fabric, I'm not seeing them. They must not have made it in here. Trish says, back out to finish mowing her orchard. Sorry. Yes, it is 1 p.m. in New Zealand. You go out and get all the stuff done that you've got to get done. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. We appreciate you. That stinks that I didn't bring either of them because they were super duper cute the way they turned out. You know what? Hold on. I'm just going to turn off the cam. I'll run grab them. And then I'll come right back and show y'all, because I know exactly where he's at. If he didn't make it in here, then he's still in the tote. So hold on. I'll go grab him. If I can get out of here without knocking all this stuff off that I just stacked up. There we go. was wrong, y'all. He's not there. Oi! Kicking the boxes. Okay, I'm back. So apparently, no, he's not there. He must be, because my niece and I were both packing up. So I guess those ones got put in with the other items. So I did sell Freddie. Freddie sold of my little shelf sitters. My little Freddie Fred, he sold. Hey, Dreamy, welcome in. Samantha said, how far is Buc-ee's from you? From me? A long drive, maybe 3 hours to the closest one. Probably, I would say 3 hours. Maybe, yeah, I'm thinking it's 3, maybe 2, 2.5, maybe 2.5, but pretty sure it's closer to 3. Yep. Now I gotta go find my little gnomies. But if y'all didn't check it out, I did put them in a short so you can see all of them. But he turned out really cute. Darcia said, packing up, where are you going? Oh, I had a craft show last weekend, and so I took some of these items to sell. So it was in the box coming back from the craft show. She was helping me pack up Sunday after the craft show. Kimberly said there's 1 hour, an hour and a half, but she hasn't visited it. I really like the bathrooms. The bathrooms are like 2 thumbs up for the bathrooms. Dreamy said hers is about an hour and a half also. It's not something that I make a special trip just to go. However, if I happen to be going that way, then I will probably stop. The first time we stopped, we must have timed it just right because there was not like a whole bunch of people there. But then the last time we went, there were so many people in there. I was like, get me out of here. There were way too many people. But, oh, I did have a metal hook. But I don't have another one to see how many would fit in there. Dreamy, check it out. Okay, so those that were just popping in, Sandrine included, because I know you got some hooks. Y'all, look at. You could put your crochet hooks in a bamboo test tube holder. And the little bottoms of them fit in the little divots down there. They don't go all the way through. And they're plenty big enough so they all fit in there easily. They're not like all jumbled in there. They're not like tight in there. So yay for that. So Dreamy says, I like that. I know, right? And I bought that, as we discovered, a long time ago. We looked it up on Amazon. It said I ordered it in March of 23. I just now got around to taking it out of the box and test it out because it got stuck in a box with other craft supplies, but it works great. It works great. Kimberly said she's been to the one near Pigeon Forge a few times, and oh, the yummies there. Yes. Now, we stopped at that one. The one that's closest to me is the one that's it's like between Cookville, Crossville. One of those two sea cities. It's that's before I get that far to the Pigeon Forge one, but yeah. Darcia says she's seen one, but it's 5 hours away. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like make a special trip just to go to Buc-ee's, but if I happen to be driving past one, I stop because I like, I have to pick up a shirt, pick up a t-shirt, I bought a little hoodie thing the last time, and snacks, of course, the snacks. Darcia said that reminds her of her grandpa's pipe holder. Oh, yeah. I hadn't even thought about that. Tammy says, never heard of it. You never heard of Buc-ee's? They started in Texas, right? It is it's a gas station. It's a travel center. They're located on the interstate, and the bathrooms are spotless. They have somebody that works in the bathrooms, and it's not just like a little swingy door stall. It's like an actual, walls all the way to the floor. You can lock it, and it shows almost like a porta potty from the outside. Like it shows red and green, like if it's occupied, so nobody's like trying to open the door on you. But they have like hand sanitizers and stuff in the stalls, and they're really, the bathrooms, to me, it's worth stopping there just for the bathrooms. Like if you just want to know you're going to have a really clean bathroom at a gas station, then I would for sure, just for the bathrooms. Yeah, 5-star bathroom, absolutely. They are spotless. Hey, Sandra. She said Buc-ee's is like a ginormous shopping store with tons of gas pumps. Yes, tons of gas pumps. Lots and lots and lots of gas pumps. Absolutely. Absolutely. Lots. All right, y'all. Well, we are done with all the projects for tonight. So I guess I'm going to head out of here. Yeah, we talking about food's making me kind of hungry, so I'm going to go get me a little snacky snack. So does anyone in the chat want to go live, or does anybody know of anybody live? And we can all do a raid over. But if somebody in the chat is wanting to do a pop-up or go live, let us know, and we will zippity-doo-dah over there. Sandra is agreeing, and yes, the best bathrooms. Absolutely. From what I read, when they first brought Buc-ee's to Tennessee, the man that started it had young children, and they had gone on a road trip, and everywhere they stopped, the bathrooms were gross. The bathrooms were gross. And so he wanted to create some sort of spot where families could stop and the bathrooms would be clean. Dreamy's agreeing. Yep, and the bathrooms are 10 stars across the room. Yes, they are so nice. But that's basically the takeaway. And then he also added all of the different foods that you could get there. So they do have food. Sandra said, unfortunately, we don't have one here in Louisiana. Dreamy says, Kelly is live and it's raining. Yarn is also live. Which Kelly? I bring it every day, Kelly. Kelly Crochet. Which Kelly? Let's see. Karen said, loves truck stop are life for truckers. Oh. We have a Love's truck stop near, really close by, actually. I can go look. Hold on. Kelly's Crochet Adventure. Okay. I got poof on my phone here. Subscription. Yes, so y'all can go watch Russ at It's Raining Yarn or Kelly's Crochet Adventure. Looks like there are several people live. OVW. Mob's Place Ashley. So there are plenty of places that y'all can go check out. Darcia said only 2 in Georgia. I haven't been to the ones in Georgia. I think there's one in Alabama now, maybe. Yes, and they're Dreamy. Yeah, because Dreamy said there's one near her. I haven't been to that one either. I've been to the 2, both of the ones that are in Tennessee. Karen said, how is Nancy today? Talked to her earlier. She is doing well. They had some cleanup to do. Her house was not damaged during the hurricane or any of the tornadoes that sprung off of that hurricane. But they did have quite a few small limbs and branches and debris and stuff that they need to clean up out of the yard. But luckily their home was not damaged. They were without power for quite a while. And she did message earlier today, and they had gotten a notification that their internet is temporarily out while they're trying to get everything in her area back online to get everybody working and stuff. So I guess they had to temporarily turn it off. But she was doing good. They did evacuate because the hurricane was going to be coming straight across through where she lives. So they did go south to Miami. which is where her family is from. And I believe Earl also has family down there. So they did go down there. So she's got to see her family and stuff. So it's been, they've had a nice little trip. But yeah, she is good. But she did tell me earlier today that they hadn't decided if they were going back, when they were going back, but that she may be listening and not able to chat, or if she's visiting family. I told her, I said, enjoy time with your family. You don't get to see them that often. So yeah. But yeah, so she is good. She is good. All right, y'all. Well, we told y'all a few people that y'all can go check out. So I'm going to get off here and go get me a snack because all this talking about food has made me hungry. And I got to go check the football score. Yeah, I do. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a fabulous, fabulous day or night wherever you happen to be. I will be back here hopefully Thursday night, 8 Central Standard Time. We will be working on the lemon peel stitch. We did pick the stitch for November, and it is going to be the star stitch. So I will have to work up a tutorial for that because I do not have one on my channel yet. But I will get one made and get it out. What else? Oh, by the star stitch being the stitch for November, that means December stitch is going to be the double crochet. We've already done half double. Just plain old regular double crochet will be the stitch for December. So we won't have to do a pick a stitch next month because we already know what it's going to be. I think that's it. I will try to do, once I get all these projects finished up, especially this one back here, after I get that paper removed, I'll do a short and show y'all how it turned out. Hopefully it's going to turn out great. Again, that was my first time doing that. Probably should have went ahead and taken the time to dig out the ironing board before I started my live. I just didn't even think about it until I sat down about 2 minutes before time to go live, and I was like, I didn't iron that. Just so that my surface would have been smooth completely without any creases. So hopefully that picture will adhere. Hopefully I got it all stuck down on there really good so that it would stay smooth, but only time will tell when I go to remove the paper. So yeah. Alrighty. Everybody is saying goodnight to each other. So good night, good night. Thank y'all so very much for coming. And yeah, like I said, I will see y'all on Thursday. Miss Kimberly, Pajama Quilter, goes live tomorrow. Miss Mishi goes live tomorrow. Granny D goes live tomorrow. So there are plenty of people around the YouTube streets for y'all to go check out. But Kimberly's here tonight. So y'all, if y'all haven't checked her out, go check her out. She does some awesome, amazing quilts. And she's got a little challenge going on. So super cool. So if quilting is something that you've been wanting to learn how to do or learn new techniques, definitely go check out Miss Kimberly. All right, y'all. Have a fabulous, fabulous night. Remember, be creative. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.